Okay, time for some man time. Today has been quite an eventful day, to say the least. I've chopped it up with several of the fellas. And like clockwork, so many of us are going through so many things. And we need guidance because we've been led astray all of our lives. Primarily because we're living on the surface. And we don't understand what that is or entails. So, gentlemen, I'm going to give you a talk. It's not going to be a short talk, but I assure you, like always, it's going to be one hell of a talk. In this talk, though, I'm going to make references to biblical concepts. Not because I'm a Bible thumper or I'm trying to get you to be. Nope. But because I want to see if I can tie some things in, because I need you to see how so far up on the surface our mentalities are that we never get into the actual meat and potatoes of things. You know, we're all feelings and no mind. The spirit is a mask, the costume, the cosplay of the soul. Just like feelings are the mask, the costume, or the cosplay of the mind. Just as your clothes and makeup and all of your cosmetics are also cosplay and costumes and masks for your body. The things that you put on your body, just like the things that you put onto your mind, just like the things that you put on your soul, do nothing but cover them up. So when you are covering, cosplaying, and costuming your mind, you are hiding it. When you are covering, costuming, and cosplaying your spirit, you are hiding it. When you are covering, costuming, and cosplaying your soul, you are hiding it. That's why they tell you all smiles ain't friendly. Now, I want to show you something because I was listening to some people, and I'm considered what you would call a theologian. I've been studying these things for quite some time and quite in depth. I stopped going to church years ago because I realized that most pastors don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't even know the words that they're speaking. So let me see if I can help you understand. The concept of Jesus having disciples goes over most people's heads because they forget that not only was his disciples following him, also the people, the multitudes were following as well. Yeah. The multitudes and the followers, the people who wanted blessings, they weren't disciples. In order to become a disciple, you had to earn it. And the way that they earned it is Jesus always seemed to tell them to put down all that you have, get rid of, sell, give away all that you have, pick up your cross and follow me. Which means you're about to go on a journey where you learn, where you are bare, where you are raw. And to do so, you have to leave your father and mother's home, town and country, and never to return. Which means not only do you leave there, but you leave their way of life. And Jesus didn't ask them to do it. They offered. All Jesus did was tell them what it took to do it. Much like I tell you guys that you are not supposed to marry a woman is supposed to marry you. A woman is supposed to offer herself to you, just like Ruth went in to Boaz. She offered herself to him. Naomi also went to Boaz too, but she was older and couldn't give him children. So she lowered herself and gave Ruth over to him instead. See, most people think that Ruth was only doing her husband's will, keeping her vow to her husband. No, Naomi was doing the same thing. In fact, Naomi had another daughter-in-law. She went back to her father's home. She called that backsliding. Ruth didn't. Ruth kept looking forward. She followed Naomi. She told Naomi, wherever you go, I will follow, just like a disciple. I will work. I will do what you do. I will keep my word. That's a vow. That's a promise. That's a duty that she chose, just like a disciple, unlike the followers who were following Jesus to get blessings, to get what he had, but didn't want to give of themselves over for that blessing. The reason I'm mentioning this to you is also because Lot's wife didn't realize that they had been living in all of that squalor, in all of that degeneracy, in all of that bull crap. But guess what? As soon as they were being relieved of it, they were on the way out of the city. And as opposed to continuing to look forward, she looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. Now, what that entails is the same thing that happens when we choose women. The women who choose us, they want us. When they tell you to like who likes you, that's what that means. But the women that we choose, they go left. I know. We choose what we like and we give them everything. They earn nothing. And the chicks that like us, who are willing to earn everything, we give them very little to nothing. I know. You see, a wife is a disciple. The chick that doesn't follow you that you like, my guy, is a concubine. Do you know what happens when you make concubines wives? They look back and turn into pillars of salt. They think about all the things that they don't have. They think about all the things that they want. They think about all the things that you don't have, what you haven't done, what you are not. I know. This is how you know the difference between a wife and a concubine. Concubines can have your babies too, just like your wife. But you know what they call it when your wife has a child from you? Son or daughter. Do you know what they call it when your concubine, your girlfriend, or your wife who you married instead of her marrying you has a baby from you? And then when y'all split up, she take the baby, keep the baby away from you and go take it to her mama for them to raise. They call that an illegitimate son or daughter. A bastard. I know. Judas was a bastard because he was pretending to be a disciple, but he was only a follower. Following to see what he can get, how he can benefit. Yeah, he was a follower. But Mary Magdalene stopped being a whore, and she followed Jesus too. I know you missed it. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I can get real deep into it. But I'm trying to show you how much we don't pay attention to beneath the surface. But Lot kept moving forward, even when his wife turned into a pillar of salt. She was looking at what she was leaving behind. She didn't want to change. She didn't want to leave the place that she had grown fond of, the place that she loved, the people that she loved. She was a girlfriend, a concubine, masquerading, cosplaying, costuming, made up as a wife. The same thing with Job's wife. And when shit got real bad, she bounced. But you know who didn't stop? Job. So when Lot gained it back, and when Job gained it back, and when Jesus gained another disciple, even though it was a woman, and when when you gain another broad that's going to do right by you, nigga, don't you ever look at what you lost as a burden. I know. This is the shit that we're not taught. You see, the woman who is giving you her word, her promise, her vow, she is submitting herself to you. The word that we use for that is consecrating. Do you remember the other word for that, love? Commitment. Yeah. When she's committed to you, she's committed to you, not what you have, not how you look, not what you do for her. She wants you to win just like she wins. And she'll be willing to go through some burden with you, struggle, strife. Yeah, that's that bitch that'll be willing to sleep in the car with you, nigga. Y'all going to the wash house, not the laundromat, the wash house. And somebody takes shifts and y'all go ahead and wash clothes while the other one sleep. Because she know at some point this too shall pass. Concubines don't do that. I know. Because as long as your woman refuses to leave father and mother and cleave to you in twain, which means she has to be a woman and not a daughter, it's never going to happen. It's why it tells you when a man findeth a wife, which means she has usurped or surpassed daughterhood. She even usurped and surpassed womanhood. He finds a wife. He has found a good thing. Do you know what it means when you find something? It means you come across it, which means it's already operating for you, which means she's submitting herself to you. She's consecrating herself to you. I know. When your woman gives herself to you, that's the one you want. Sure, she may not be the finest, she may not be the prettiest, she may not be the smartest, but boy, listen, if she got some upside, then you better learn to see beneath the surface. You better learn to pull back the curtains. Or you can keep crying over these concubines that turn into pillars of salt when they can't get their way. Who take their children away from us when they can't get their way. Who want what they want but don't want to give what we want. Who want what they need from us but don't want to give us what we need. Who wants to break up with us and still take what they can and extract what they can from us but don't want to make sure that they actually give their lives to us. You know, when a chick is a virgin, she can give you something sacred, something that she's never given to anybody else because she never gave it to nobody else on purpose, which means she's disciplined. She's giving you something that's important to her. But when the bitch done been ran through a little bit, nigga, and she give you some pussy, she ain't giving you nothing important to her because she give it away so freely. But she wants you to give your life for her. Now let me show you how that works. How can a person give you something that has been used and abused but want you to give them something that ain't been used at all? I know. We don't learn to look beneath the veil, beneath the makeup, the lashes, the eyeliner, the foundation, the blush, the lipstick, the baby hair, the hairdo, the nails. We don't learn to look beneath how fine that bitch is, how good that body looking, how ooh that pussy feel. I know we don't look at the soul. We don't see what the spirit is. We don't learn the difference between personality and character. Yeah, you know, a bitch who smile at you and stab you in the back, that's a good personality with a bad character. She tell you she love you, but you got to do more for her than she does for you. That's a good personality and a bad character. Yeah. You better learn, my guy. You better learn. If not, you're going to cause yourself to become a pillar of salt. And until next time, man, time out.